brilliant sunlight glinting off skyscrapers, city streets leading to sandy shores, and national parks right on your doorstep. This is Sydney, where nature meets the city. Sydney is Australia's most recognisable city, thanks to its iconic harbour and beautiful beaches. But look a little closer and you'll discover neighbourhoods bursting with colour, elegant heritage buildings, and stories tens of thousands of years in the making. And that's Sydney's secret. It's a laid-back beach town, fast-paced global city, and gateway to nature, all rolled into one. In Sydney, it all begins on the harbour. The city is built around it, with ferries zipping between neighbourhoods like buses. And it's where you'll find some of the city's most famous landmarks. Spanning the harbour's glittering expanse is the Sydney Harbour Bridge, affectionately nicknamed the coat hanger by the locals. And at 134 metres above sea level, it's the tallest steel arch bridge in the world. Join a bridge climb if your stomach is up to it. Of course, you can't come all the way to Sydney and not get a snapshot with the iconic Opera House. Its gleaming white sails have become a symbol of not just Sydney, but the whole of Australia. Across the water is another Sydney icon, Luna Park. Walk beneath the grinning face of Mr. Moon for classic fairground games and rides that have been entertaining families for 90 years. One of the best things about Sydney? You can get from the centre of town to some of the world's most famous beaches in under 30 minutes. For classic Aussie beach vibes, you can't go wrong with Manly Beach. Back in 1964, it hosted the first World Surfing Championship, and it's been synonymous with perfect waves ever since. If you want to slow things down, Shelley Beach is a sheltered cove with calm, clear waters. It's a popular snorkelling spot, so grab a mask and drift above swaying kelp and curious fish. But when it comes to Sydney beaches, they don't get much more famous than Bondi Beach. Over 2.5 million people visit its shores each year, and as soon as you step onto the golden sands, you'll know why. If the surf is a little intimidating, head to Bondi Iceberg Pools at the southern end of the beach. Built right into the rocks, you can enjoy an ocean swim without being pummeled by waves. Sydney boasts over 240 kilometres of gorgeous coastline, and the Bondi to Coogee Walk is a great way to see some of its most scenic stretches. The coastal path winds past dramatic sandstone cliffs, rolling waves, and even more of Sydney's stunning beaches. For something totally different, head out to South Head at the harbour's entrance, where Hornsby Lighthouse stands watch over dramatic headlands and sweeping ocean views. There's more to Sydney beyond the water. Head inland and you'll find neighbourhoods full of character. If you're a creative, a free spirit, or just a little bit alternative, you'll fit right in Newtown. This is Sydney's bohemian heart. Its mural-clad buildings housing vegan cafes, live music spots, and indie shops. Keeping that arty energy but making it a little more refined, Surrey Hills is known for its trendy cafes, stylish boutiques, and village-like atmosphere. It's also a major LGBTQ+ hub, full of inclusive venues and creative spaces. When you're ready to feed your belly and your soul, Chippendale is the place to be. A creative and culinary centre. Here you'll find the White Rabbit Gallery, which showcases one of the world's largest collections of Chinese contemporary art. And off Kensington Street, Spice Alley is a hidden favourite of Pan-Asian hawker stalls. For more Asian flavours, head to the neon and lantern-lit streets of Chinatown. This is the place for bustling markets, steaming food stalls, and late-night eats. Whether you opt for sit-down dining or mouth-watering street food, you'll leave satisfied. If you know where to look, across Sydney you'll find pockets of heritage elegance tucked among its modern streets. The Queen Victoria building has to be one of Sydney's most beautiful. Beneath the arches, balustrades and stained glass, you'll find upmarket boutiques and artisanal specialty stores. And it's all watched over by the Great Australian Clock. If you're looking for more beautiful architecture, the Art Gallery of New South Wales is as much a work of art as the paintings and sculptures it houses. Or make your way to the State Library of New South Wales. A working reference and research library, it's a mix of grand reading rooms and intimate galleries. For heritage style that feels lived in, wander through the fashionable suburb of Paddington. Its leafy streets are lined with terrace houses transformed into boutiques, design stores, and independent galleries. And there's a trendy cafe or buzzing restaurant on every corner. To step even further into the past, head to the Rocks. This is where early settlers built Australia's first town centre, its first hospital, its first jail, and of course, the first Aussie pub. Today, its historic sandstone buildings house museums, galleries and restaurants, while its cobblestone streets and squares fill with weekend markets. To explore Australia's convict past, Hyde Park Barracks is a must visit. Inside the UNESCO-listed colonial building, you'll discover the stories of convicts who once lived here in often brutal conditions. Sydney may have been founded in 1788, but the land it sits on has a history going back tens of thousands of years. This is the traditional land, skies and waters of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. To experience this culture firsthand, join the Aboriginal Harbour Heritage Tour at the Royal Botanic Garden, Sydney. First Nations guides generously share traditions and knowledge from food gathering and fishing to how local plants can be used for medicine and tools. To learn more about First Nations connections to land and water, explore Garigarang Sea Country at the Australian Museum. This permanent exhibition showcases objects, stories and contemporary art from Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures along Australia's east coast. When you need a break, nature in Sydney is never far away. Hyde Park is a green oasis right in the city centre. With its mix of wide lawns and towering Moreton Bay figs, it's the perfect place for a picnic or just to stretch out with a good book. Looking for something even more lush? Wendy Whitley's Secret Garden is filled with winding paths, scattered sculptures and hidden seating nooks. And it offers great views towards the Harbour Bridge. But to really get back to nature, you don't have to travel too far. Just 20 kilometres north of the city centre, Ku-ring-gai Chase National Park offers diverse and dramatic landscapes, from coastal inlets to weathered sandstone to iconic Australian bushland. Balancing beautiful nature with big city energy, Sydney is the perfect introduction to Australia. Whether you want to spend a lazy day on the beach or pack it with historical sites, explore bustling neighbourhoods or hike through national parks, the Harbour City has it all.